think that could be a problem if all he has is movies, you know, not to be sound silly, but then you have someone like the Cable Guy, but
Cable
not
Guy.
necessarily
I
gonna get
immediately,
Yeah. And you know what's so funny to me is and it's gonna be my next like move into,
Great
because we
movie.
talk about, does violence and sex and other things, that's the age-old argument, does it affect kids and society and things like that and people? And I honestly, I'm starting to take it from this point of view, is I don't think it's the violence, I don't think it's the sex, because like you can turn on the news and see that, or you can turn on anything and see that. I really do think that characters that we see and we're revering on this, whatever it is, and like how we just present them, you know, whether it be in marketing or just the movie itself or anything like that, are what like moves that needle of society. I'll tell you, one thing I miss that's a trend right now when it comes to mostly heroes, which always sort of been there, but like villains is really where it's starting to bug me. Why does everything have to be so deep? Why does every villain have to have this sympathetic side? Why can't, like, stop trying to humanize Hitler?
Right.
You know, is what I'm trying to say, is like, stop, like, I don't need it, because no matter what he did before or what we could have done or save him or whatever, didn't stop what happened. So leave the villain sometimes. I'm not saying we can't have sympathetic villains, but I think those sympathetic villains are starting to get more of a shine, and our heroes are starting to be diminished more, because everybody's a fucking hero now.
Do you think that media, because that's what I mean, kind of what we're talking about is like, do you think the media is a reflection of people, or people are a reflection of media? And I think the answer to that is really important, because I think that what you see in the media is a reflection of what you are. And part of the reason that people are elevating villains, because they really are, because that's what you can say it is. It's like they're elevating the characteristics of villains, seeking out specific things that are inside them. I think that we have a crisis of people who don't think they're very good people.
Yeah, and in fact, to add to that, my reasoning for us seeing ourselves in the villains in movies now isn't because that's the way they're written on purpose. I think it's just how even the writers are feeling, because who is the enemy of politicians? Who is the enemy of rich people? Who is the enemy of media? Us. They want us to think we are terrible and we need to want to improve ourselves, or, you know, that we are always just the worst in all of their minds. And when you get shown that in everything you watch, you know, and like the news and everything, and reality TV and everything else, the worst parts of humanity, to show us that we're terrible, that's what we're going to think. And what I kind of like about the sympathetic villain is, if that is the case, if that's how we see ourselves, and you are in fact right, and I'm right about this, then at least now we're starting to see ourselves come out as the hero.
I hope so.